Hey peeps, Peggy here from Gamestunt. Now today I wanted to show you guys what is going to be the fastest way to level yourself up to level 999. Now a couple of days ago I saw the first level 999 player for the first time. What I did was I checked out his profile to see what he was actually doing, and it was kind of crazy, right? He did like over 2,400 hunts in like 260 hours or something like that. So yeah, it means that he's like doing, if you would deduct the story from the game, right? And you would say it's like 20 hours for like doing the main story or something like that. He did like 10 hunts an hour, right? Because he did like in 240 hours, he did like 2,400 hunts. So yeah, I was wondering if it's even possible of that doing that constantly, because he also did like a ton of investigations. So I'm guessing he's got a really good team that he's playing with, or he's a really good speedrunner like that. But I was wondering if there's a way for like a normal player to actually get times like that, sub 5-minute hunts like constantly, and also getting some decent XP right there. Now, when I checked out his profile, I saw the hunt that he did the most was the Xubu and the Ebony Odagaron. So I wanted to test it out myself. So yeah, I'm gonna show you here at Alma. I basically did optionals, because optionals are the ones, you know, the situation is always gonna be the same. You know where the monsters are gonna be. The ones with the investigations, they're harder to predict, right? So the hunts tend to take like longer, they can be shorter too. So yeah, this kind of weird just trying to do with an investigation. So I took optionals here. Now this means there's only like 3 possible hunts you can actually do. It's these 3 right here with the Suwu, the Blind Gango, and the Jarakan. Now these are the only 3 6-star ones you can actually do in the game, and the ones you can actually do under 5 minutes by yourself, so solo, are only these 2. I tried the Jarakan like a couple of times and it was almost damn near impossible, right? I'm not like the best speedrunner with heavy bowgun. I tried it, I saw it like from Team Darkstrike, who was doing it like in 1 minute and something, 30 something seconds if I'm not mistaken, but they were like with 4 players, stuff like that. Probably gonna be the best quest for you if you have like a good team and you can play the heavy bowgun really well. You might be able to do this one, but that leaves us with these 2 right now. These 2 I was getting like under 5 minutes pretty easily. The Blind Gango was a little bit easier than the Suwu one, but the problem with this one here is that it will give you less XP. It gave me like half a bar, and I was like level 340 something when I started doing these ones, when I was testing it. And this one right here gave me like 50% of a bar. This one gave me like 65 to 70% of an XP bar right here. That means we're gonna try and do this hunt right here. Now I'm gonna show you a run and my strategy that I'm using to actually do this run and to get it really fast, to do this one really fast. Now my fastest time was 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And the rest of my runs, that was with the Corrupted Mantle active though, and the rest of my runs are like, most of the time, are around like 4 minutes 30 seconds, something around there, if the Corrupted Mantle is not active. The other times, mostly I'm getting like sub 4-minute hunts right there, right? So if you do it like that, you should be easily getting like 10 hunts an hour. If you consider you get like 6 minutes to load in, load out, basically kill the monster, and so come back, prepare your materials again, and then go in again, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly show you my build right here. Now for the build that I'm using, it's Sword and Shield. You can also do it with other weapons, but I thought this one was gonna be the easiest one for me. Also, the Sword and Shield is like this new move where you can basically glide to the monster and you can glide underneath their attacks, so it's really easy to get to the back of the monster when they're trying to attack you, stuff like that, you know. So I pretty much took the Sword and Shield here. Now you want to go elemental. I tried it with Peril once before, with Paralyze. The thing was, you stun them a lot, right? You stun them like 2-3 times each of the monsters, but the damage is way less. So I was getting like a little bit longer than 5-minute hunts, and when I actually swapped to like elemental weapons, so water and ice, so ice for the Tsuwu and then water for the Ebony Odagaron, right, I was getting the fastest runs right here. When I started doing this with like elemental, I was getting sub 5 minutes hunts easily, right? So yeah, that's the reason why I'm using these. Now this is the set I'm using, right? 2-piece ebony, 2-piece gore for the burst boost here, you know, and then for Gormagawa's Tyranny right here, I'm using the legs here, and then Arc Vulcan Mail here. Now these are my decorations. You can pretty much copy it if you want. You can try it with your own build if you want to, but this was for me the best build here. I was also using the ambush decorations here. That's pretty much because you can do like 2 sneak attacks on each of the monsters. You can do 1 sneak attack, I mean. And if you do one, you get like the 15% extra attack power if you do the sneak attack right here. And then the stats that I have here is crit boost, then the ice attack or the water attack, depending on the weapon I'm using. The critical element, master touch, pretty important because you want to stay in wide sharpness as long as possible. So you do 10% extra damage because you're going to lose 10% if you go into blue. Then weakness exploit, burst with then burst boost from the Daggeron set. Ambush here then, and antivirus. Those are like the most important ones I have here, and I had like talisman here with weakness exploit on it right here, the exploiter charm 3. Now for the materials that we're actually using, if I go over here to transfer items, item pouch, you can see if I press on these I can put an X on these. I just put them away so they don't show up in my menu. So my fishing rod, stuff like that, I put like a red bag on them so they don't show up there, because you want to be scrolling through your materials pretty fast. Now the other items that I took were like thunderbuck capacitors with trap tools. This is just for crafting extra shock traps, so I can craft up to 3. That's the max you can actually make. It's gonna be faster than a pitfall trap, because a pitfall trap, it takes a while before it triggers, right? Shock traps are instantly, so it's a little bit better, a little bit faster. Then I get like some Godbuck essence. It's just for crafting the other materials here. It's like for crafting max potions, stuff like that, dust of life. If I need to heal myself, get my flash pots here. Not necessary, don't even use them most of the time, but to get them there. Then 1 shock trap here, some trank bombs here, and then I get the catalyst, mandragora, glumgrass butt here, also for the healing stuff, you know. Then the armor charm, power charm. Both of these you should be able to make if your level is high enough and you didn't done a lot of your optional quests. You should have them here for a little bit more defense and attack power. And then the most important things are basically these ones right here. So it's gonna be demon powder, might pill, and might seed. You want to be popping the demon powder and the might seed when you're on the way to the monster, and just before you arrive you want to take the might pill, because the might pill is not active for a long time. It's like 30 seconds if I'm not mistaken, where you get a pretty high, big attack boost from it if you take it every time just before you encounter the monster, right? And then some nullberries, because the Ebony Daggeron, he tends to Thunderblight you if he hits you, and if he Thunderblights you, you're not going to do any elemental damage right there. Then I took some rations for my stamina and the max potions, because he heal much faster, and also if your food buff runs down, you can also use the max potion to fill up your health more, again right there. Now for crafting these items, you can see you're going to need like here catalyst, mandragora, stuff like that. You're going to need immunizers, so you need some bitterbugs, mandragora. You're gonna need those to make the might pills, stuff like that, and the mega demon drugs I was also doing with nurturing extract, and then here the might seed, stuff like that, you know. So now all the items in total that I'm gathering now is like bitterbug, mandragora, might seed, godbug, sleep herb, parashrooms, thunderbug capacitors, and honey. Those are like the most important ones that you want to basically go for. So what you want to do is you want to head out to Nara here, considering that you got all of your material collectors unlocked here, the retrieval people here. So what you really want to do is just make sure you're constantly gathering those items. Now I got flower fern here because I already have a ton of the materials here with this guy here. As you can see, right, I got a ton of bitterbugs, mandragora already, honey. You know, it's just by constantly letting them get those items. And when you're speed running everything and you're resting a lot of the times, you're gonna be basically building up these materials that you're gonna need, right? So yeah, just make sure if you let them gather something, it doesn't say like half a star like this one right here, or 1 star, because it's not gonna gather a lot. Just make sure it says like 2 or 3 star. Yeah, so you can do it from the sleep herb here, for instance. And then the thunderbug, the honey you can get here, right? It's all like 2 or 3 stars. It just makes sure it's gonna gather more of these materials right here. But you should easily be getting all the materials you need from him here if you get them all 5 unlocked. Not only that, you can also come over here. If the guy is here from the support ship, you can also buy a lot of stuff from the support ship, like mega demon drugs and mega armor skin, stuff like that, you know, items you might need for the hunt right there. So yeah, that's the most important things to get, like the material stuff like that and the items you're gonna use. Now I'm quickly gonna show you a hunt and what I'm actually doing, preparing myself when I'm going on a hunt. So yeah, now the next thing you want to check is your food buffs. Now I still have a timer, 47 minutes 50 seconds right here. Now I'm going to go in my tent and just transfer another item here because I almost forgot to take it with me. It's gonna be the Mega Demon Drug here. Now I'm popping that thing on my way there. Mostly I just do it before the hunt because it lasts for half an hour. It doesn't matter if you cart stuff like that, right? So I'm already gonna take this one right here. And now you can see the buff is also active there. You can see the little knife in the corner at the top left side with the little potion there that is active right now. So yeah, let's start up the quest and I'm gonna show you the strategy that I'm actually using. So we're gonna go over here, accept and depart here. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna call my feature here. And I'm gonna wait until I drop down here. When I'm down here, pretty much take the Might Seed first, then the Demon Powder, followed by the Might Pill. Cool. This one is not gonna last as long, the Might Pill. And I put on the Mantle here. Do a sneak attack here, just to put the extra damage here. Then I'm doing a light attack just to make sure that I actually trigger the extra attacks from the Mantle. Now it doesn't matter if you get hit that much. I'm just gonna go a little bit faster if you don't. You can see I am getting hit here. But yeah, I also have Divine Blessing on my belt a little bit, you know, so. Now, one of the most important things is that you actually watch the corner and you see if there's a skull popping up, because once there's a skull, this guy is gonna leave, right? Now, he's gonna go far, very far away, so you really want to capture him before he gets a chance to leave. Now you can see I can capture him here. I'm gonna put the trap down. Then I'm gonna take the bombs. Okay, get this one captured here. Now it really doesn't matter if you get hit, right? It's gonna do something about your time. It's not gonna be that much time you're gonna actually lose if you do get hit. And again, pop the Might Seed here, and the Might Pill. So I get behind this one here because I need to do the sneak attack for the damage. Good thing with this weapon is you can actually glide, you know, and you can actually glide through the attacks, even the roar, stuff like that, if you time it right. Now, if he runs away, because he's gonna run away before he gets his skull already, right? So if he tends to run away, it's not that bad because he doesn't run very far, right? Now, also always take the cuts, especially the blue ones. Wait until he gets up before you take them, because you will always knock him out. Now you can see already has a skull. Now he's leaving the area, but it's not gonna go very far, so it's not gonna be a big issue. I'm gonna lose a little bit of time, but it's not gonna be that much, you know.
I set a trap.
And there we go. So that's pretty much the hunt that you want to do right here. Now you can see my radial menu. If I want to take an item here, I already have traps here. Get the things for the max potions here for healing, and then the nullberry just in case. It's just in case that he blights me, because he tends to do like dragon blighting, and if he dragon blights you, you're not going to do any elemental damage right here, you know. So now I'm quickly gonna show you my radial menu right here. So if I go over here to customize radial menu right here, it's basically this one right here, where I'm basically using here, this one to basically craft the traps and put them down, and here this one is for the nullberries, and this for the max potion. These ones are like the most important ones. These one I also have here, black powder, just a life. It's also faster heals. These ones I can't use because I didn't take mega potions for the speed runs right there. Now this is gonna be by far the fastest way to actually level, is doing that quest in particular. Now you can also do the Bangango one. If you can tone it down a little bit more, if you can do it a little bit faster, like maybe like 3 minutes or sub 3 minutes, it's gonna be about the same, you know. So yeah, those are pretty much the best ones. The other one's gonna take way too long. It's gonna be good if you're in a group, but like for single player, it's gonna take too long. Now I also will be posting one of my faster runs, one of my sub 4 minute runs. I did a couple of them. Like I was saying, the fastest one was 3:40, but the one that I recorded was a 3 minute and 51 one. I will be showing it like in the right now in the ending of the video. But yeah, this is basically it for the tutorial, for the guide right here. So yeah, if it was helpful in any way, please remember to leave a like and sub, guys. Keep yourself safe, enjoy the speed run here, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Laters.
set.
That's my partner.